Hey everyone, welcome to Campner Canucks. My name is RevTrev, and I am glad you are here because there is so much to talk in Canuck land. In the next month, you're going to see all kinds of changes, all kinds of things. Actually, a month and a little bit, to be honest with you. Month and a little bit, just after July 1st, first few days of July 1st, I believe that this roster has the potential to look very, very different than the one we ended with in the regular season, which is exciting, but also nerve-wracking as well because we love this team. We love what it could do. But at the end of the day, the money is the difficult piece to this, right? The money is the real difficult piece to this. And who are we going to sign and who are we not going to resign? That is the big question. And in fact, we are at the stage where it's like, how do you get all these guys to sign the within the money constraints? I think Allvin and Rutherford have a very, very difficult challenge ahead of them, and they need some help. They need some help, everyone. So I don't know how we're going to get it all nailed down, but we're going to figure out a way. We trust Allvin and Rutherford, but I do think they have made so many holes to fill, And the question is, who has been priced out? Who wants too much money that we can't afford them? And so I did this video here just a while ago. UFAs and RFAs, who to keep. And I went through every single one of I'm looking at all these players that are on here, by the way. You got Zadorov, Lindholm, Sheloves, Bluger, what's his name? Hronek. You got Chaos Giraffe and Tyler Myers, DeSmith, Dakota Joshua, Lafferty, and I feel like I'm missing somebody. I'm missing somebody on this list. And so go check that out. I talked about it early on, but here's the thing. Here's the thing, everyone. At the end of the day, if everyone wants a raise, can't keep everyone there. So just a heads up, we're going to talk about these holes. Now, I want to show you, I made this graphic. I posted it on Instagram, not Instagram. I posted in Facebook. I'll post it on Instagram. I'll post it on Twitter tomorrow. But I wanted to show it to you first. If you're watching this video, you're going to see it first. Now, I posted it to Facebook just so I can show it to you. Let's bring it up. I want to show you. Okay, this is the cap space that we have, and this is our current lineup, okay? Now, we've got all the core pieces. Now, I made a mistake. I'll have to redo this graphic because on the right-hand side under defense and the left-hand side under forwards, that is just some guys that are off the list here, right? That are potentials to be in the lineup. But I also put Hronek and Sheloves, which are are RFAs, restricted free agents, in the same color. I shouldn't have done that. They are potential coming back to Vancouver, but haven't signed yet. So if you look at this list of people here, I mean, this is what we got to fill. And I say we, I mean Allvin and Rutherford. They've got to fill this somehow, some way. So there's all kinds of ways to do this, but you got to keep that cap space that's up there, $23.778 million worth of this. So basically, you got just over 23 million, almost 24 million to play with. But if you look at this list, you don't have Lindholm. You don't have, well, that's who Pettersson was playing with on the wing. Actually, Pettersson was on the wing. Lindholm was in the middle. I should correct myself on that one. We don't have Dakota Joshua signed here yet. We don't have Bluger. We don't have, I feel like we're missing a couple things there. So what am I doing? Yeah, anyways, maybe I messed up on this graphic and I'll have to fix it. But I guess in the bottom, I could have put on there, but Bluger's not there. And you don't have Lindholm. But I was thinking about the three centers with Bluger, and then I messed up the right wingers. So, yeah, this is kind of where we're at, everyone. Very, very interesting list, though. And it kind of shows the holes of where we're at. Look at the right-handed defenseman. We have Juleson there, and that's it. That's all we have. That's crazy, isn't it? It's crazy. So Juleson, I think Juleson's going to be playing next year. That's just what I want to share with you, show you there, is that Juleson is going to be the guy that is in that bottom six spot because of the good old dollar. He makes really cheap money. I think it's $775,000 this next season. Great signing, and we're going to have to do that. So because if the left-handed shot defenseman becomes Zadorov, and we end up signing Myers back, can we sign Hronek back? And that's the problem. And then do we have to put D. Pedersen in this lineup as well? Like, what's going to happen here, everyone? So as you look at this, it's just kind of a little shocking. It's a little shocking, isn't it? So here's the other thing. Like Joshua had a career year. Has he priced himself out of Vancouver? There's reports that the Toronto Maple Leafs are interested. Listen, excuse me, I'm still battling this sickness. Here's the thing about all these reports of people who want, like Nashville wants Zadorov because of the series, and they saw him firsthand destroy him. So we're like, we need that guy. The Leafs want Dakota Joshua. Listen. This is crazy talk, everyone. It's crazy talk. Because at the end of the day, we have every opportunity to sign every one of our players that we're waiting for. Every one of our players that we're waiting for. So we have first dibs. In fact, the Hronek and Shilov's deals, depending on what they're going to cost, and if we even sign them back, like we can trade them. We can sign him back. I think Shilov's is going to be signed back by Vancouver. I don't think DeSmith is coming back. But here we are. Like, who has priced themselves out of Vancouver? And Dakota Joshua, for example, is this his career year and then he wants to get paid big time? What if he never produces again the way he did this year? That's a possibility, right? Like, these are things you have to think about. And so I wanted to jump in and talk to you guys about this new girl. So thank you, everyone, for showing up. And Chris, good to have you here. I'm doing well. I think everyone's doing well in here. Just got home from a big kayak fishing trek. That's awesome, man. I hope you caught lots of stuff. Shannon's here. Love this graphic. Yeah, I got to change it, obviously, Ryan. But it gives you the gist of what we need. Like, so there's going to be a few holes, and it's going to be expensive, right? And so, G, welcome. You want to bring back Bluger, Suter. Well, Suter's already back, right? So did I not have him on here? Yeah, he's at the top. He's on top. Let's go back here. He's on the top line, so we already have him. And yeah, so Suter is already there. Joshua and Big Z. You don't want Hronek back is basically what you're telling me. And yeah, so Zadorov. What are we going to do? You don't want Myers back either, apparently. Stuart, welcome. Go Vancouver. Yeah, let's go Canucks, right? Sign Gensel. That would be awesome. I'd love that. I think he'd be a great winger with Pedersen. I think that'd be awesome. It's just how much does he cost? And like, honestly, everyone, what do you think Gensel's going to ask for? He's not asking for 8. He's probably asking for 10. That's a lot of money. But I don't know. Victor, for the love of the Mother Mary, we have to find a way to offload Mikheyev so he can free up cap space. You know what, Victor? You're right. But I just did a video And just a reminder, everyone, go check out this video, The Mess of Mikheyev, okay? I did a video on exactly the 3 options you can do with Mikheyev. It's crazy. Also made a video on Nashus and is he necessary, because there's lots of that Vancouver is linked to him as well. But Victor, I appreciate what you're saying here. I just don't know who's going to trade for a $4.75 million player who scored 1 goal in 60 games. I don't know a team in the NHL that would be interested in doing that. So I agree with your premise. It's just like, who would be dumb enough to do that at this stage? I think we have to go into the season with him. And missing is Ian Cole. Yep. And Myers for defense. Also, Wolanin NHL ready. I think the reason I put Wolanin in there, and I probably shouldn't have put him in there, is that like that's what you're gonna have to do if you don't have the money. Like if you pay a Hronek $8 million like he's asking for, right? How are you gonna be able to do it? How are you gonna be able to do that and not, like, if you bring Hronek back at $8 million? Then and you want someone like Myers or Zadorov back, like you can't have everything you want, right? He's been playing for the juniors quite a few years now. I think he even captained the Edmonton Oil before. You know what? I just like Wolanin. That's why I put on there. So okay. So Roberto says I'd keep Hronek to long term because you have a steady guy with Hughes for the long run. Joshua, not over $4 million. If he takes 3, you keep him. Zadorov at 6 times 6. I'd keep Bluger 1 year. She loves sign. Okay, but the question is this: how much are we talking for Hronek? Are you going to give him the $8 million that he wants? I do not like the idea that we're going to pay him more than Quinn Hughes. And I know it's not much more than Quinn Hughes, but at the end of the day, I don't think Hronek had the greatest year. And everyone's like, oh, the reason why Quinn Hughes had such a great year is Hronek was a great guy to play with. Yes, I agree. That helped. I don't think that you can't find someone else to work with Hughes and let him do his thing. Tanev would be a great guy to do that. I know he's going to be expensive, but he's probably going to be half the price or just over half the price of what Hronek's asking for. So, but you can't pay Hronek 8, and you can't then pay Zadorov 6, and then let's say Dakota Joshua wants 3.5, and then what are you going to pay Bluger? What are you going to pay Sheelovs? Like, the money starts going. That's what I'm saying. But I like your idea here. I just don't know if I'm all on. Oh, you're thinking of a different. Yeah, this one is the one that's in Abbotsford. I would say Juleson's already here. Juleson's already here. We don't have to worry about his contract at all. Just to get him some comfortability. Yeah. And we really don't have a lot of money, Ryan. Once you start paying those larger contracts, like if you want Lindholm plus Hronek, there's like $16 million of your contract right there, or just a little bit, like maybe it's 15. And then how are you going to sign the rest of the guys? That is the real deal. You have to sign a backup goalie, whether it's Sheelovs or DeSmith. Okay. And so that'll be at least 1.5, if not closer to 2. Okay. But that's something right there. So let's just say it's, so 8 times 16, let's just say it's going to be $15 for those 2 guys, right? And then let's do 1.5. So that's now 19.5. 19.5, and you haven't signed Joshua yet. You haven't signed Zadorov. You haven't signed Myers. It's eating up fast. I mean, that means Zadorov's gone. Myers, if you can get him for $3 million, 3.5, there you go. There goes, like, think about that. Like, then now you only have $1 million. Like, you don't want to be strapped to the cap either. So I think we're going to lose a lot of guys. Crazy talk includes Canuck fans wanting Allvin to get Brady Tkachuk. I've been saying that for a long time. In fact, I would highly consider trading Pettersson for Brady Tkachuk. Like, I know that you would lose in the offensive talent, but what you gain in the physicality, in the leadership, it might be worth it, but I don't think anyone would be happy about that. I mean, some people would, but the majority of Canucks fans wouldn't be happy. And I know that sounds like crazy talk, but I've been thinking about that one for a while. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. I don't think it's going to happen. Toymaker, I want 3 lines, 3 and 4 bully lines built for playoffs, guys who hit hard because the opposition defense, quick touches, turnover. Yes, that would be great. I know. I don't know how they're going to pull off the Brady Tkachuk thing. I'm not sure. I do like your idea of this, but who are those players? Is it like Greenaway, Dakota Joshua? Like who are these players that you're thinking of? I'm on another gentle giant who doesn't hit or use his size. Yeah, but I don't know if you need a bruiser down there. You just need a guy who can pin the puck to the boards, get the odd goal, which he does, and not turn over the puck. He does that. But he can play center. So I like him a lot. Don't buy out McKayev. I agree. He's bouncing back bigger than OEL did next season. I love the optimism, Callum. But I'll see. But Chris is on your side. He believes you. Can he be put on waivers? What happens in that scenario? He can be. I know the answer to this question, Victor. For some reason, it's leaving me blank. It's something happens if no one's going to buy him out. But I think we're still on the books for his amount of money. I think, Victor, that's what happens. So I'm not sure. I can't remember off the top of my head. Skid Hronik, pick up an adequate replacement cheap. Yeah, I'm okay with that. Depends what we can get. Japan 4, hey, good to see you, buddy. Good to see you. Everyone has a bad season. Look at PD blaming his second half on his knee. Mikheyev, give him a chance. I mean, you can add Brock Besser into that. He has had a bounce back here. Let's see what he does in the preseason. Yeah, let's give him some. I don't think we have a choice, to be honest with you, personalized. So we're all hoping he turns it around. Chris says he's got a whole offseason to get back together. He did just come off ACL, injury. Yeah, and that takes 24 months fully to recover. And a lot of talk about him last year was he's not going to be even as fast as he should be until this next season. So yeah. Sign Chandler Stevenson. That's a good idea. I got to put more research into that. Thank you for that suggestion. Mikheyev, Lafferty, Blugers, Suter, Amon, PDG, Carlson, all non-hitting, go through the motions, no impact players. The thing about Bluger, though, is he's good on the faceoffs, but he's great on the penalty kill. So I'm a huge Bluger fan. I really want him back. But, yeah, I can see what you're saying with the other ones. PDG hits a little bit. Scores the odd goal, too. Yeah, and then when you start looking at this, bye-bye Dakota Joshua, right? I mean, there's just too much money. Hello, younger, better talent. I don't know if there's better. No more buyouts. Absolutely, I agree with that. Take Lindholm over Hronik. They have been talking to Lindholm, and I think they're trying to make that deal work. They love his face-offs. They love that he's a 200-foot player. They love what he did in the playoffs. I am concerned that we didn't see hardly anything in the regular season, that he's going to get a huge payday and not produce. But, I mean, that's definitely worst-case scenario. So, we need to get rid of PD somehow. I know that I'm thinking about making another video on that. Yeah, I'm really thinking about what I'm going to say on that one. But I'm going to think of some trade scenarios that are possible if the Canucks want to do that. Sign Lindholm and retain him as a right-handed defenseman. And then play Zadora on PD's wing. There you go. That's out of the box thinking, Gary. Look at that. We need an don't need a Brady when we have a Miller and JT Miller. Yeah, that's right. I mean, wouldn't it be nice to have two of them though? I think that'd be fun. Anyhow, I'll do if you're desperate enough. Okay, Gary. Okay, relax, buddy. Like, let's stay mature here. We can find a way to not have EP40 not come back, as he might not produce again. I know that is the fear, the worry, Shannon. I don't know what to do with him. I'm worried that this is what we're going to see. Like, I'll say it. I'll say it in the video when I make it, which is probably going to be sometime next couple days. But everyone, like, I have been concerned for a long time. That 102 point season fooled a lot of us, but I'm hoping that's what he is. He's a 100-point guy every year. I mean, he had a bad year and he still had 89 points. Now, granted, he was on fire to start the year. And was it January? Him and Sam Reinhart scored 14 goals in the month of January. I mean, he was on fire. So, but yeah. You know what? I don't know. I don't know, man. I don't know if she's wrong, though. That's what I'm saying. I'm just saying I don't think it's. I know that it's hard for us to get our minds around it, but that might be the best case scenario. I'm just saying. Hronek I'd keep, but it's hard to find a 27-year-old right-handed defenseman. You got a steady player with Hughes for a long run. I really think we are very weak on the wings. I know, but see, if you sign Hronek, what are you going to do with the wings? That's what I'm saying. Like, who do you get? And they were talking about trading Hronek and then for Nashis, but then they're saying Nashis is going to want about 7.7 million or 7.4 million as well. And it's like, really, dude? Like, really? And it's just like you're just swapping money. It's just swapping money. But is it better? I don't know. Victor says, I heard one of the other talk shows talking about some big winger, 6'6" from Pittsburgh. Maybe he could be cheap alternative to Joshua if he leaves. Yeah, I'd love to know that name. Let me know who that is. From Pittsburgh. I know there's a defenseman that's big. Adam Graves? No, what's his name? But actually, let's just go there right now. Let's go to dailyfaceoff.com and we'll go to there. Who would be this 6'6" guy? Yeah, I don't see anyone there that I'm like recognize as a big boy like that. Maybe I'm wrong. Fourth line should be your energy line. I would even get Reeves from. I love Reeves. Nobody going to target Hughes in the playoffs again. It really threw off his game. Yeah, that's why I liked having Zadorov, but they kind of took their liberties with him, didn't they? And because every game was one goal game, there was nothing that he could do, really. Excuse me. Mikheyev getting worse. Bang for your buck. He's done. It's over. It could be. He could be. Yeah, they're dumbfounded at Brock's natural ability to block. It comes with a price, though, as it is the wrong kind of blocking for hockey. A blood clot. And okay, my goodness, bro. You got me going personalized. It's just like the other night when Finstad came on and then he had that joke and I read it as a serious thing. You got me. Hey, Jeevan, good to see you. Welcome. I think losing Dakota could be so dangerous for us. Him and Garland were so good together, and Garland needs the size and the play style of Dak to be active. I agree. I want him back, but depends all about the money. So, we need an enforcer on the Canucks. Not afraid to stick. Okay, but you guys, I would love Rempe. But Reeves, he is a fourth line guy, doesn't get played a lot. I don't know. I like them both. I would be happy with either one. Honestly, Rempe, though, is like, he's the guy. He would be, but New York's not letting him go. Roberto says I'd keep Lindholm at all costs. He deserves it, especially in the face-off penalty kills, can score some goals. We'll keep Lindholm, Hronek, Bluger. Those three are the most key that we should sign. Okay, so what you're saying is, I mean, I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm just saying if you do that, most of your money is all eaten up. That means maybe Tyler Myers, maybe not. But who are you going to replace the defensive side then? Like, let's go back here, okay? If you do what you said, okay, we need to figure out the left-handed side of defense and the right-handed side of defense as well. That's what you got to do. And those are hard to find and expensive. So, excuse me, why do I keep yawning? This is so weird. Must be it's almost 11 o'clock at night. That's why. I have faith PD goes back to form. That's okay. I hope so. You got to have a little faith. I agree. PD is the next Erickson. I hope not. I hope not. You just put yourself on the market, Callum. Oh, yeah. I see why I didn't post that one. In my opinion, Pettersson will be great. He's too good to be playing like he did. No stress of contract extensions. His knee will be better. He'll have a great reset. I like the optimism. Optimism is awesome. Okay, so Allvin and Rutherford are going to pull off some crazy out of left field moves because that's what they do. I think you're right. But we're going to miss some guys. Like, we might not bring Callum. You need to hear this. You need to hear this. In saying that, we might not bring back Dakota Joshua. You watch. I want him to back, but some of the money that we need. So are we bringing back Hronek or Lindholm or what? Or do they let them both walk and then we just restructure everything? And we'll see. We'll see. Watch them feed reality to the greedy guys. Okay, from Pittsburgh, Czech Republic player. Okay, I'll have to do some more research on him. Thank you and Victor for that. Wouldn't surprise me that Slide is Callum. Yeah. You read my knee-jerking comment seriously when it was I know. I knew you would be laughing at me on that one. Tyson Joyce for the fourth line. You know who else I also like, Angelo, is if we could get Dante Fabro to come to Vancouver. What if we got Dante Fabro and Brendan Dillon to come and be on that defense? That would be not bad, I think, but we'll see. Our team this year was meant to go far. We had all the pieces. I know. It's disappointing. It's disappointing we played that badly in Game 6, and then in Game 7, we were really bad until the third period. Like, really bad. And I just don't understand the dump and chase without the chase. That made no sense to me. They kept dumping it in when they were line changing instead of bringing it in. And they just gave him the puck over and over and over. And if you give the puck to McDavid and Draisaitl and Hyman and Nugent Hopkins enough, they're going to score. And that's exactly what happened. And then it was just too much. There's too much pressure to come back after down 3-0. We're going to see the return of the Lotto line and the new line form with the Lindholm, Suter, and Di Giuseppe, also known as LSD line. Now, that's a different kind of line. Maybe out of line. I'm going to do some research on this guy. I can't even pronounce his name, man. Is it Zay? Well, the way I read it is Zayhorna, but it has to be something else. A lot of people are talking about Toffoli. A lot of people are talking about that. But I'm not sure. He's slow. They don't want slow forwards, they said, guys. He can score. He's got super skills that way, but he's slow. I don't think we're bringing him back, but it would be neat to see him. And they should have brought him back. And the other one we're talking about is Zucker. Zucker is the other guy everyone keeps talking about. Excuse me. I think Juleson should replace Myers and save the $2 million or 2.5, whatever he wants. No, it's going to be like 3 or 3.5, in my opinion. Stanley on Jets could be had for 3. Stanley, really? 3 for a 3rd or 4th pick, I'm sure. I would just rather go get, I'm not sure for the right-handed shot defensemen. I'm not sure. If you put Juleson as your number 2 right-handed shot defenseman, then you got to think of it this way. Who's going to be your 3rd one? We bring Cole back? I don't know, man. Because if you bring Cole back, then you got Cole. Cole will be your number 2. Juleson will be your number 3. Like, that's what happened, right? So that's a tough one. Callum, if we had a healthy Demko and PD at 80%, we would have won. I agree. Radim Za or Na. I don't know how to say that, man. I'll have to watch some stuff on it. Are we going to start seeing our players get signed right at July 1st? No, before. You can do before. You can do. That's the thing, Ryan. We can sign our players right now. And that's what is the nice part about the UFA. It does not start on July 1st. It's already going on. They've already offered Zadorov a contract. They've already been in negotiations with Lindholm. It sounds like they haven't been talking to Dakota Joshua yet. He might have priced himself out of Vancouver. Jeevan, you're right. If he gets injured again, it's a cause for concern. Huge cause for concern. But She Loves is unbelievable, and I have a lot of confidence in him. What do you think is the biggest hole to fill in the Canucks priority-wise? Offense, defense, goaltending? Where should the focus be? With all the UFAs, RFAs, who should be in talks right now? Okay, so the answer is offense and defense, because literally right now, defensively, we have nobody. We have 3 guys signed. 3. So it has to be defense. But a close second, of course, is the offense. And goaltending, I just think it's just a quick sign with Shelovs, and we're good to go. Like, really, we're good to go. So personally, I want Zadorov back. I don't care if Hronek comes back. I think we can find a replacement. That would be mine. I would like Zadorov. I'd like Joshua, and I'd like Myers back if we could at a decent price. But I'm okay if he doesn't come back. So yeah, that's kind of what I'm thinking right now. So I'd lean to the defense right now, and depending on what we can get for Hronek, yeah. I don't want to sign Hronek for 8 years at $8 million. I think that's insane. That's just like it shares like Darnell Nurse, $9 million player who's not going to live up to the potential. I just don't think you should be paying him that kind of money. The good news is in the second half of the season, brother, Hronek was not good, so it's gonna affect his price. So maybe he's gonna go for 6.5 or something like that. Who's most likely to get signed elsewhere first? Well, I think it's 2 people. I do think it's Dakota Joshua or Zadorov. But yeah, and I made a video on him, Brendan Dillon. So make sure you go check it out. I don't even know if I have it on here. No, I don't have it on here. But excuse me. Oh, man, I wish this cough would go away. Yeah, he would be a big piece. But, I mean, you're talking probably $3 million for him as well. He made 3.9 last year. He's 33. Big boy, though, who hits a ton. I would love to see him in a Vancouver uniform, especially if Zadorov's not there. Well, he's an RFA, right? Personalized, so he can't get signed anywhere until the Canucks trade him. Canucks have to trade him. So Brock's slow. I'm sure Toffoli will be. No, Brock, I know. That's the thing. You can't have a whole bunch of Brocks on your team that can't compete speed-wise. So you can only have a few, and that's why they want a speedy left winger. Yeah, I agree. I agree. Toffoli's good, but he's slow. That's the only thing. Toymaker, we might get him. I'll be happy to get him. But I'm just saying what Allvin said about having a winger with speed, not named Mikheyev, is what they're looking for. So that's why Natius was one of the guys that everyone was talking about. Only thing that cannot happen right now until July 1st is the trading of a player for a player unless it includes draft picks, which is under the current CBA. That's good to know. Thank you for updating me on that. I tried to trade Zadorov and throw a sweetener and get Natius and bring in Brendan Dillon and sign Hronek. That's definitely a possibility. You would just be trading the rights of Zadorov. So it's not really worth a lot if he's not going to sign with you. What about, I think Gensel would be awesome. And like literally best case scenario. If Vancouver comes out of the July 1st sweepstakes with Gensel, I'd be shocked, but I'd be very happy. But if you're the Canes, you got to be wanting to sign him back, don't you? Maybe we might see some trades or moves. Yeah, we definitely could see that, Victor. Yeah. So my goal, Matthew, good to see you, by the way. I want Zadorov to sign for $5 million times 5 years. That would be my ideal situation for sure. For sure. But 5.5 times 6, I'd be happy with that as well. Jeevan, Hronek is worth $6 million tops. I agree. I agree with that statement. Roberto, yes, we all love Zadorov, but he's a fan favorite, but not worth $6 million. Okay, but I made a video on that, and the idea, the suggestion that he is going to be the guy that we're going to get, we're not going to get because he's $6 million. I don't think he's going to demand $6 million. That's just what you're hearing. I don't think that's going to happen. This is me. Okay, I'm the guy. I want to sign him. That's what I want, Roberto. Like, I'm the guy. I'm all in. I'm on the train. I'm on the hype train. I want to sign Zadorov. Okay, no doubt about it. None whatsoever. That's what I want to do. Hey, everyone, just a reminder, if you haven't hit that like and subscribe button, please do. Follow me on all the socials. I'd appreciate it. Facebook, X, Instagram, and YouTube. I'd really appreciate your support and trying to keep this channel going and loving every moment of it with you guys. Okay. Let's get back to some of the awesome comments we have. Trade Lecker Mackey. He's too small for playoff hockey. In international, he was good, but it's non-physical. Okay. Toymaker, I get the feeling you just want physical guys. Okay. They're not easy to come by, just saying. Allvin must get creative salaries. Yep. And even though the cap is at 28 million or something, even though a player may want 8 million a year, they could do 5 under cap and 3 million bonuses may work. Murray, good to have you all the way from New Zealand. That's awesome, man. It's awesome. Welcome to the channel. I think I've seen you here before. So good to have you back. But that's what time is it there? Lindholm is the guy we're losing first. I agree. I think that's who we're going to lose. You think Dakota or Zadorov is most likely to get picked up over Lindy? You know what? You're right. I think Lindholm is going to be – he's going to be on the way out. Lots of rumors he's connected to Boston. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, he wants the money, right? It's not like if he goes to Boston, he's still playing on a very good team. How to spell Stamkos, right? Yeah, Stamkos would be awesome to have. We'll see. Zadorov is a hot commodity. However, in interviews, it's clear Zadorov loves Vancouver. I'm convinced he's coming back. I agree. Bruins will pick him up, probably. Yep. I agree. Kemp, the Canucks offer Joshua 2.2 a year, lowballing. Joshua's pretty poor. Well, it's not. It's not. The reason why I want to tell you that it's not. Yes, it is in the way like, okay, why would you only offer him 2.2? They're literally looking and saying, we can't get strapped to the cap. This is what we can afford. If you would like to be back in Vancouver and have that success again and the excitement of being in the playoffs, we need you at 2.2 million. Now you might be offended by that, and he might be offended by that, but it's what we can afford. And maybe, just maybe, he's had a career year. We don't know. We don't know. Maybe he never gets back to this form. We don't know. Stamkos will go to Toronto before he comes to Van City. That's possible. Canucks got to think big and sign Gensel. He's a gamer big time. Okay, but so you can't say management's being awful by wanting to sign Joshua for 2.2, but we're gonna like go all in Gensel and pay him $8 to $10 million. Yeah, he is older, but doesn't matter. I think Gensel's gonna re-sign with the Canes as well. Mikheyev for Marner. First of all, we can't do it if money-wise, but that would be awesome. What's the max you'd play Lindholm and term? $7 million times 6 years, maybe. That's the most I'd do. I'd actually even like the years to be less, like 5, 4. But yeah, I just don't think we're going to keep him, Matthew. I don't know. What do you think? Possible. Think fans would be upset. I think the team would be upset. But yeah, that's possible. Actually, going back to that, you know who's the guy who could get traded now is Höglander. That is the guy. I think he's actually very realistic possibility he won't be back in Vancouver next year. If there's a trade, he might be one of the pieces going out. Yeah, Noon. I don't know. He might not be the guy. And if he's not the guy at 11.6, we're in trouble. We're in trouble. Even that is not realistic unless it actually happens. Marner isn't. Yeah, I know the Mikheyev thing. He's just trying to be. He's trying to funny. Yeah, it's a joke. It's a joke. All right, I would give Zadorov $6 million just for his physicality, like Trouba hit. Yes, I don't care about the 4 playoff goals. What? Well, you should care about the 4 playoff goals. Because if he can score playoff goals, that means we can win playoff games. Just saying. When you have defensemen that are scoring. No, Toronto would never do that deal. He's just trying to be, you're just trying to be funny. Jeevan, that's a good joke. It made me laugh. Okay. It's 5:55 p.m. on a Friday. Wow. Yeah, you guys are way ahead. That's awesome. Personalized. Guy just wants to. Yeah, hasn't scored 60 games. I really like a player like Chandler Stevenson. Okay, I have to check out this guy. He's been mentioned twice. Apparently, Zadorov's wife is liking every comment on Instagram from Canucks fans that commented "Stay in Vancouver." I'm going to do that. I'm going to say, I'm going to send a how can I send them a picture of my thing of signed Zadorov now? He wants to stay. He wants to stay. I'm convinced he's coming back, everyone. But Ryan, even that gets me excited. I understand why he wants a physical team. We lost to Chicago 2010 because of Buffalo. Yeah, I know. That was a long time ago, by the way. Yeah, he's getting ready for dinner. What are you going to have for dinner, Murray? Yeah, you're right. 2010 has no relevance to today's team, but it's the physicality is a good line, not a line. Good point. I mean, Lindholm max 6.5 at 4. That's why he's not coming back. But yeah, I agree with you. I like that number. Toronto wouldn't want him back after his performance this year. Pedersen for Marner would be nice. I would be very open to that deal. Very open to that deal. Jeevan doesn't like that one. I like it. I think it'd be awesome too. That would mean that June 5th, I would be in New Zealand before Canada and Victoria, as it's my 55th birthday on June 5th. Oh, nice. 55, the big 5-5. Hey, that's awesome. I think they keep Hronek, Joshua, Big Z, and buy out Mikheyev. Interesting. I wouldn't be upset about that. I actually would like that quite a bit, to be honest with you. Marner only has 1 year left. Okay. Marner is a no-show in the playoffs. Speedy is dominant, just needs a reset. Okay. Possible. I mean, maybe not. Maybe not, Jeevan. I'm just saying there's no guarantee right now that that's the case. We'll see. We'll see, though, this next year. Petey was not great in the playoffs for us. He was not great. I don't agree with that statement. He was okay at times. He wasn't great. I think Marner is just a special player. He's unbelievable passer. I like Marner a lot. I understand that he disappears in the playoffs. So that is the major concern. It's a major concern. But I don't think Marner's coming our way, so it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. I'm just talking you're eating Toasties. What is that? What's that? Is that toast? PD is a core player of our team. He just needs a mental reset. Jeevan, you might be right. Go Canucks, go, and talk it we trust. Bring us a cup before we all die. Roberto, thank you so much. If you guys haven't hit that like and subscribe, please do. Hit the like button on this video. That would be it helped me out a lot. I'd appreciate that. You'll get that out of 11.6. I know, man. I know. It's just a lot of money. I've been saying this, Angelo. PD for Brady Tkachuk. I've considered that possibility. Yeah, he's good buds with Hughes. Brady Tkachuk would be awesome. Yeah, in the playoffs, Marner is not good. You're right. Isn't funny that nobody is making any moves. Isn't funny that nobody is making any moves. A lot of rumors and nothing else. It's that time of year. It's all rumors. I wonder who has a way to find out where Big Z lives. Then we can go and shout Big Z sign. Big Z sign. Moves cannot be made right now, Murray. Well, unless they're involved draft picks, as he said. I think Ian Cole is gone. I do. I think the Stars are winning the cup. I think Florida's going to win the cup. That's what I said at the beginning. I had Florida over Dallas. But Edmonton has made it a series. They have made it a series, everyone. Trade deadline is passed. It's currently playoffs. Signings can happen, but no player-for-player trades. Not yet. It's coming soon. PD is a floater. I thought he was Gretzky 2.0, but I was wrong. Bring us more brawn, hustle, and heart. Callum, you're done with Pedersen, eh? What about the idea of bringing Tana back home? I love that idea. I just don't think he's coming back. And is he injured? He might have a pretty... I haven't seen it. I don't know if he's playing tomorrow night. Sidorov lives in Foothills, Alberta with his family. He does? I didn't know that. He was just in Victoria. Did you know that, Shannon, by the way? And Coach Rob? He was just in Victoria. He was at the museum. I'm telling you, I think they want to move to Vancouver, man. Big Z's west in Vancouver. Okay. Draft Reacher in the 3rd round this year and make me smile. I got to do some more research. He does want to live in Vancouver. He wants to live in Vancouver for sure. He said that his family loves it here. All right, everyone. So this is where we're at. Might have to refresh it a little bit, but this just gives a good sense of what we're at. Yeah, I think I'm gonna need to put almond in the third seed pairing, but I've got some ideas of how the Vancouver Canucks can make this team look better in the videos to come. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe for sure. Rutherford needs to get Crosby out of Pittsburgh into Vancouver. Like, what could we give up to get him? Like, that'd be tough, man. That'd be tough. But we would all love Crosby. What about the rumors of Alex Burrow and the great one as assistant coaches? I like those ideas. I really do. I would love that. Think Zad still has a place in Alberta because of kids or something. Transition, I'm guessing, all speculation. And the contract's up. So why sell your house? Why, you know what I mean? Why move your kids? Like he might be going to somewhere else, not just Vancouver. It might be somewhere else. So don't buy yet, right? We just talked about that. Crosby would be a bad idea. I mean, just cost him. Jack Reacher? Yeah, exactly. I didn't know which Reacher we were talking about there. Rumors. Burrows already is a part of the Canucks staff. He is? I don't think so. He's in Montreal, isn't he? He's horrible. Who's horrible? Crosby? He's in Montreal. He's in Montreal. As an assistant, I believe. Canucks wanted Brandon Duhaime in the trade deadline, and Colorado picked them up. I wonder if the Canucks would be interested in them. They might. They might. Okay, so Reacher is 6'1". Is that? Are you talking about the guy like the movie in the book Reacher? Or are you talking about someone else? Maybe he's been packing everything up and moving his family out here for a new season for the Canucks, so he can be here for. He would be. It's just wherever he signs, Shannon. Right? Let's move this. By the way, I had that there for too long. Burrows is the assistant coach in Montreal. Yeah. Why would he come to Vancouver? But it would be awesome. Crosby would be rejuvenated in Vancouver, and our answer to McDavid. Yeah, I love it. I love it, Toymaker. The moment Z gets signed, I'm getting that custom jersey. Same. I am definitely doing that. I've got my jersey already set right here. I'm gonna send it off the moment Zadorov signs. I'm sending it. So, Shannon, you and me both, sister. You and me both, sister. Crosby comes to the Canucks, wins the cup with the Canadian team, and retires. Let's go. I love it, Jeevan. Yes, the fictional character, Jack. Oh, it took me a while to get it. All right, everyone. It's been 53 minutes talking about this team, all the holes that we have right now. They're going to get filled. I just don't know with who. It's going to be so interesting. Can't wait. But I'm really glad that you all stopped by and joined me today. Really, really excited to have you here. You guys and girls are incredible. I love doing Canucks content that's passionate, realistic, and honest, and having conversations with each one of you. So I just want to thank you so much for being here tonight. I got to go to bed. I got a huge day tomorrow, and hope you guys have a good Friday and a great weekend. Planning on doing some more content, so stay tuned. Tell all your friends, and go Canucks, go.